All right, welcome everybody to the Watch Reporter channel. And this is the top watches of Instagram. We're going to go through the top 10, today's top 10 watches of Instagram. And actually, not just Instagram, all of social media. We go through, we give you a curated selection every day. Some of the most exciting pieces out there, including reviews, comments, and of course, latest market prices. So let's get started without any further ado. First watch, first up, we got the Patek Philippe travel time. Here, we turn this off over here. Okay, we back. Okay, everything's working. All right, so we got the Patek Philippe World Time 5130. This is in the rose gold. This is I gotta tell you, what I love about this watch is that hour hand, that like kind of little circle. I mean, that is pretty cool. Overall, it's a good looking watch. This guy has it on a nice suede strap. And look, we give you, part of the thing that we look for is not just the watch. It's got to be, some creativity in the photo. And this is a good photo. Of course, look at this. This is a Miami collector. He's got the Gucci shoes at the bottom. I mean, it's with the logos on them. I mean, hey, that's very, very Miami, very Miami. So, yeah, these watches actually, I think it's going to be a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. So Chip likes the 5130. The one thing I'm not crazy about is the fonts. The fonts on that face, I think they're a little bit dull, a little bit boring. Otherwise, this watch has a lot of potential. I'm actually on the wrist right now. I got the travel time, the 5396. You can get one of those for like under 20 grand right now. I think that's one of the best buys. It looks like a college travel, but more modern, good size, about 37, 38 millimeter. Beautiful watch. Next up, next up, yes, exactly. Next up, we got the Vacheron. And this is interesting. Look, I think we showed this watch before, but this guy, it's interesting. This guy, Swiss made. I think he's a real Vacheron fan, and he's got this watch. He's got like multiple straps. What I really like about Vacheron, and I think everybody should emulate this. Look, if you're paying 30 grand for a watch, these days you want to have interchangeable straps, and you want to have them include a couple straps. You want rubber, you want the metal, gold, leather, whatever it is, right? There's no reason why they can't interchange straps. I mean, like everybody should be doing that. It's like it gives you so much of versatility. And again, this travel time. Now this is a dual time. I think it's the same thing that. What is it? This is no. It's got a date. It's got excuse me. It's got a date window also at the bottom, which is a nice touch. I think this is their movement now. I think this is Vacheron's movement. Before they were using a JLC movement, and you can get the JLC version of this for 9 grand. This is 30 grand, and the JLC dual time is like 9 grand in gold, full gold with a hunter case. So you're getting a lot of gold in there, and the deployed clasp. So check it out. He's got it on the metal, right? This guy, I think this guy must be in Switzerland, right? He's got ice there, snow. And then he's showing another picture on the rubber strap. And I saw on his Instagram, he's got these on a white rubber strap from Vacheron, which I didn't know they made, and also in red, which is, could be a little too much for some people. But I think it's very cool. I mean, so thumbs up for Vacheron. Chip is not a fan. You're saying it's a Patek Light? I don't know. Like Vacheron supposedly is part of that, Holy Trinity, the big three, whatever. I've never really gotten into them. I mean, some of these new ones, I think they're interesting, but they're too big. They're too big for me, like 42 millimeters. So it's a little too big. But interesting watch. Next up, same guy, right? Same guy. He's got the Vacheron, and this is the red rubber strap. So this is a Vacheron strap. Now he's got the watch, he's got the full gold, and you can put on the rubber strap, which again, I think it's a great move by Vacheron. So you're giving people versatility. You can put on rubber, put on the full metal bracelet. So I mean, look, if you're spending that type of money for a gold watch, a modern watch, you want that, right? And also they got like an easy. The best part is it's really easy to do the strap change. They have like a little element. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, it takes like 5 seconds. You don't need any tools. That's a big deal. I think everybody should be doing that. Everybody should be doing that. Again, the watch. I mean, like I'm like neutral on it. Yeah, I'm kind of neutral on it because it's I don't know what's the big deal. 55 grand. I think these are 55 grand. That's with the full gold. That's including the gold bracelet. I don't know. I think those things are going to be coming down. I don't see, these guys just don't have that heat that everybody else has. Otherwise, I think they're giving a lot of value. But if this was 30 grand, that becomes intriguing. At 30 grand, this watch does become intriguing, especially if you can get a rubber strap, the gold, the whole deal. 500. What's $500? Philadelphia. How come all the used watch dealers are in Philadelphia? It's interesting. I actually bought my first watches, my first like legit watches. I bought from a guy in Philadelphia. I don't know if Chip, are you in Philadelphia? This guy was I got it from a friend of mine his brother was a big time ticket scalper in the 90s. He was a big ticket scalper in Philadelphia, and I bought my and this guy also sold. Basically, this guy was like flipping. He was like flipping. Basically whatever he could hustle. He was like Daytonas, because at that time Daytonas was the only watch that had it was sold at a premium to retail, right? Everything else was at a discount. Oh, he's in Kentucky. Okay, so yeah, it's everything else sold at a discount except for the Daytona. And this guy, basically, I remember I came to his house. He had like 20 Daytonas on his kitchen counter. I remember this. He had this granite kitchen counter, and he had like 20 Daytonas laid out, all of them. And this guy also was doing. He was importing the G-Wagon, the Mercedes G-Wagon. That's before Mercedes was actually selling them in the U.S. People would like import them and like get the whole, I don't know, like smog or whatever you needed to do. And so this guy had everything going. So yes, I bought my first Rolex from this guy, and he had it was a Rolex Datejust. I think it was $2,500 if I remember, with the white dial Roman numerals, oyster bracelet, fluted bezel. And after that, I was like, shit, I hated that tacky clasp. And I bought after that, I was like, shit, I really wanted like the hidden clasp. So I bought I bought that the day date, the one I've shown on the videos. That's the only watch I still have from those days. It was a day date, obviously with the full gold. Actually, no, here's what I bought from this guy. My first buy was the Datejust, Rolex Datejust, and the Patek Phillipe Calatrava with a hobnail, manual wind. Same watch like what's his name? The CEO of GE, Jack Welch. He has the Daytona. Okay, yeah. So, sorry, missed this. So this is okay. So we got the gold Submariner, and this there's a guy on YouTube, Richard Prafford or something, some guy from the Bronx, real character. He calls it the landlord watch. I guess because his landlord, when he was a kid, had one of these, like back in the day, whatever, the 80s, and he got one. Listen, it's inspirational, right? When the guy shows up to collect the rent, before he evicted Richard Prafford from that that apartment, the slumlord was wearing this watch, so this made an impression. So look, these watches, when you wear one of these watches, I think it's a positive. It's not about showing off, it's about inspiring the next generation. And look, this guy inspired him to go into real estate and become a slumlord himself. So God bless, right? So these are about 30 grand. I got a little note here. There's about 100 of these on the market right now, roughly. This is the previous edition of the gold Submariner. Interesting watch, right? Makes a big statement, 30 grand. You know what? For 30 grand, if you really want a flashy watch, look, if you're going to spend 30 grand, you want to make a statement, this is the way to go. Okay, Patek Philippe. Same guy, the Miami watch collector. The Miami watch collector. He's got the perpetual calendar chronograph. I never understood the whole concept. Now, I don't like the hands on this. These, I guess, what are they called? These, the design of these hands. I prefer the Dolphine hands. These are a little bit, I don't know. These just look a little too old fashioned for me. Um, I don't know what the point of the watch is. Like I'd rather get like I would much rather get like a Universal Genève, like old school. I don't. Yeah, saber hands. That's what they are, saber hands. I'm not a fan of these. They look kind of like I don't get it. They look kind of hokey to me. It's just that's my personal taste. What can I tell you? The saber hands, yeah. Next up, we got another one of these. Well, another one of these complicated perpetuals. Look, I like the perpetual calendar, just simple perpetual calendar. I mean, why do you need to have a chronograph? I don't know. Is that like an old time thing? Because Okay, so this guy is what the hell's his name? He's a guy in Serbia. He's like a interesting guy. He's got a interesting Instagram account. He's like sort of like a metals trader. So he deals with all the Russian oligarchs. Interesting watches, interesting videos with this guy. Zoran. His name is Zoran. He's like a Bond villain, this dude. Very funny guy. And this is perpetual calendar. Okay, here we go. And this guy actually, I think he gets it from the boutique. For I saw an interview, he's got like a good relationship. He's been buying for years, and he basically gets, you know, pretty much whatever comes out from Patek. I think he's got the green dial, if I'm not mistaken. Nautilus. Um, okay, here is a nice flex photo for all you punters out there. We got a double flex. This is for the hype people. The guys, all you guys that wear the hoodies, the hoodies with the Louis Vuitton backpack. You need the bathing ape or whatever it is, the uh, Supreme hoodie, whatever the brand is, Chrome Hearts. So we got two hype watches. It's just a cool photo, right? I mean, like totally not my taste. But look, it's yeah, people want to have fun, right? People have, they got more money that they know what to do with. Why not? Why not spread it around? You can't take it with you. That's the thing. I remember as I heard a guy tell me, not tell me, he told at a conference, he said this. He said it was a whole room full of like older people, right? And this guy was like a newsletter writer, an investment newsletter writer. He's talking to an audience of like a couple thousand old people. He says, and then by the way, this guy's a flashy guy. This guy would spend money. He said, and remember, folks, either you fly first class now, or your heirs will later. All right, get it? So spend the money now, or your kids or your heirs will spend the money on stupid shit, right? Chip, my buddy Mr. Goomer. Who's Mr. Goomer? I don't know. Outer Space Watch. I don't even know what that is. By the way, you told me you were gonna sell me your 3800, the 3800 Nautilus. Well, all of a sudden, I don't hear from this guy. Telling me he's gonna sell it, then I don't hear from him. Yes, Red Casio World Timer. Look, this is a watch. When you know, right? And he's got the goofy one. Again, that whatever you call it, that Alex, whatever the hell that is, that collab piece. Um, I don't get it. He's got it's totally useless for the chronograph function. I mean, completely useless. You can't see anything there, right? It's interesting to see what will happen with that watch in a couple of years. Like, 5, 10 years from now, will this thing be relevant? Will it be relevant for people in 10 years? Because what happens with this guy? I don't know who this guy is. I think he's some sort of fashion guy. He's one of these hoodie designers, like a bathing ape type of guy. And will it still be relevant? I don't know. I don't think it will. I mean, these things are very transient, Next up, again, we got the flex happening here. Triple Daytona. What the hell are these? Are these it's not a rain. Is it a rainbow? Am I using the wrong terminology here? I don't think it's a rainbow. What the hell is it? It's a whatever the hell it is, but It's pretty cool. This guy has a whole assortment, right? I mean, this is this guy Davide Parmigiani, right? The big dealer. Uh, Interesting watches, right? I mean, so we got a whole assortment here. We got something for everybody. Listen, I'm waiting. Just get me the watch, man. Get me the watch. I'm ready. I hope it's got. You don't have box papers. I don't really care. I'll take it. I'll take it as is, as long as it's not stolen. I mean, okay. Now this beautiful picture. I think this is one of the best pictures I've seen on Instagram. This guy knows how to take pictures. And I think I showed this. We did a video before, a Submariner video. So this is, yes, we are reusing the same image. I think this is one of the best images of the Hulk that I've ever seen. This guy takes good pictures. You know, he gives good. This guy gives good Instagram. I think Chip has one of these. I think Chip has the Hulk. This is a beautiful watch. I mean, would I wear it? Hell no. But it's a great picture. With in gold, I think would look amazing, right? Yeah, the green and the gold. That's the way to go. That is the way to go. So is this the right price? No, it can't be. 16 to 18 grand? 16 to 18 grand? Is that the right price? Chip, what would you sell your Hulk for? 16 to 18,000. Is that the correct price? Did I put the wrong price in here? This is like, look, this is amateur hour here. We don't have, don't take this as, we're not giving investment advice. We should be running a full disclaimer here for everything. Oh, by the way, later in the week, tomorrow, we're going to have a special show, a special live stream. We're going to roll the video. This is going to be the Watch Community Achievement Awards. Hang on a second. Let me post you this video. Tune in tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, big award show honoring those who have been innovators for the watch community. Mr. Anthony Farrow, timepiece gentleman. We got Tim Masso, with the sunglasses on the back of his head. Archie Luxury, one of the original video guys on YouTube. He's like the ambassador for Patek, right? And then we got Kino from Florida, right? This is the guy that really, starting about 2 years ago, he's the guy that started, talking about that the watch market was dead. And I actually, you know what? Look, he only has like 5,000 subscribers, right? But people took notice. People took notice, and you know what? Look, the market is small enough that it's like a butterfly effect. You got a butterfly effect, and when one guy starts, saying these things, it does rattle the market. I bet Kino caused at least, in the aggregate, at least $1 billion worth of damage to the market, because all the Muppet boiler room dealers, as he calls them. By the way, I gotta say this is Kino came up with these terms. Look. What did Picasso say? Good artists copy, great artists steal. Okay, I'm a great artist. I'm stealing from everybody. So this is Kino came up with this, and when he started telling everybody the watch market was dead, I bet a lot of the punters, pulled back, and it adds up in the incrementally. Look, it doesn't take a lot to move the market, right? Look, you have supposedly 500 of these on the market. There may be a couple hundred really. But if all of a sudden, a couple of people stop, say, hey, we're not buying, 10, 20 people, all of a sudden, the market could dry up. I'm actually in Vegas. I'm in Vegas, man. You can fly into Vegas for the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, I'll give you the money right there, baby. And you can blow it all at the craps table. So it's all turnkey. I'm offering a turnkey solution for Chip Gold. Now, my favorite watch. Well, actually, not this. Why don't I like well, look, I'm a fan of the Turnograph. Now, this is interesting. This is a historic Turnograph. Okay, this is why we're showing it here. AKA the Thunderbird. Okay, again, these were worn by the U.S. Air Force guys, the real Thunderbird guys. The real Thunderbird guys. And this watch was given to, we get the whole notes. This guy has the whole, all the paperwork. Some guy named Captain Molesby, some Air Force captain, like a pilot, right? And he joined the Thunderbirds. They gave these guys I guess I guess the Air Force was giving out gold watches. 1959. I don't know. This is from my understanding, and this is coming from this guy. What's his name? Rolex Passion Report. His name is what's his name? He's a guy in what is it, Switzerland? Yeah, I think he's in Switzerland or Netherlands or something. Yeah. So the one thing I don't like about this, again, I don't like those hands. I'm all about the hands, the details. To me, this is a little bit old fashioned looking. That's the problem with the watch. I think the turnographs are going to be great, but this type of look with these, what do they call them? Arrowheads, the arrowhead indexes, and the arrow and those like arrowhead type markers. It's a little, it's a little old fashioned. And look at this. He's got the Thunderbird logo, the Air Force Thunderbird logo right there. So it's the real deal. This is the real McCoy. He's got some patina on it. Now, I like the later models. I like the ones that came out in the 60s, just, straight, clean, straight. I like a clean design. Form follows function. He's got nice Jubilee bracelet, all gold. Spare, yeah, spare. I'm not a fan of it. I think I mean, I don't think this will age well. Why? You know why? Because look, who's going to be buying these watches in the next 10 years, right? The kids today, the millennials, the Gen Zers. I think they're going to find this a little fussy, like your grandpa watch. But the 60s watch is still going to be looking timeless. It's going to look like, Madman era, as they would say, And by the way, look at this the red date. Look, the Turnograph, in my opinion, is the best Rolex. My opinion. Again, I'm just, what do they say? There's an old expression on Wall Street. What's the expression? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, right? So this is what you get on this channel. Also, you get assholes and opinions. Because yes, there we go. So it's interesting. This watch, again, 60s turnographs. That's my thing. I got 2 turnographs. Chip, what do you think of this? What do you think? Would you buy one of these or a 60s one? Again, if you're buying it for investment purposes, right? Are you going to buy the 60s, with a clean, the clean dial, full gold, or do you go with, the original? And again, this is the original Thunderbird. It's 2 different things. I think it's about 35 grand. I think that should be the price. I don't know if that's the right number. Yes, no. I mean, this has got some like interesting, unique aspects, right? Because you got that, the little Captain Molesby letter. So it's got provenance, right? That's what it's all about. That's people pay for that, and look, a whole big part of the whole watch market, especially for the kids today, they're buying the story. They're buying the story. They want to hear a story. They're not just, the problem is, and I think this is the thing I don't like is, the story. Well, in art, it's also the same way. The story is almost more important than the actual product you're getting, right? A big part of what you're buying is the story. People love stories. Picky now, yes. Look, man, the 3800. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. You got my email, brutalwatchreviews@gmail.com. I am ready to go. I might even go to Kentucky. Where is he? In Kentucky there? I'd like to go for that Kentucky Derby. When is that? That's in a couple months. I have never seen that. I'd love to see that. I want to go there and bet like $10 or something. Yeah. So, okay. What do you punters think? Which watch would you knuckleheads, you low-life degenerates, what would you vote as the winner of today? What is, if money was no object, what would you say is the best watch here? Actually, I don't know if that's the right question, but yeah. We got the Turnograph with, impeccable provenance. We got the Hulk with a beautiful picture here. I mean, this thing looks like, the picture looks like $1 million. You got the Daytonas. You got the Daytonas. You get the hype watches, and you got the Patek Philippe from the Bond villain Zoran. Like I think that was the name of the guy in James Bond. What's the movie that came out in '86? Why I remember? I think the guy was Zoran. He had the blimp and he was gonna flood Silicon Valley or something with a volcano explosion or something like that. Oh no, not to live in light. Yeah, you've sold 1,000 pieces. That's a lot of pieces. That's a lot of material. We got another chronograph. Now, I don't get it. Look, I think these things are too busy. I know. What's the point of having one? Is it like to show off? Like, is it to show off that hey, you got something a high complication, or is it to use something for practical use? I don't know. You got this is probably the best flex watch, which look, if you just want to show off, to the average, the hoi polloi, the masses, the unwashed masses, the peasants, this is the watch you got to wear, right? When you come to collect the rent, or when you're going to, if you're like a good slumlord, this is the watch you wear. Also, you should wear, like I'd wear like a 45, on also. Actually, I know a guy who was in real estate. He said when he had to visit tenants, he had his 45 on the hip. Yeah, I mean, just look, it's just so people know, like, hey, just in case, you never know, right? We get the Vacheron. Again, the only thing I like about this personally is the interchangeability of the straps. That is a great innovation. I think these guys are great. Again, he's got another Vacheron, same dude. This is the dual time, which I love. And we got the world time. Again, I like the picture. He took a creative photo, right? He's got the strap matching those Gucci, the very flashy Gucci loafers with the logos on them. I mean, this guy's real Miami. 8,000 square feet, 30 acres, empty horse barn. This sounds like something, this sounds like a thing you go to the, you show up, you wake, what's the joke about the doctor? What's the joke about the doctor? This is a Richard Branson joke. Toys, got toys. Here's the joke. Because Richard Branson was telling his friends, look, after you turn 40, you should go to the doctor, to get your prostate exam, right? Just make sure that when the doctor is giving the prostate exam, he doesn't have both hands on your shoulders. I don't know. I think if I went to Kentucky, Kentucky, I don't know, those Kentucky, it's, I've seen that show. What's that show? Justified. That show. That was an unbelievable TV show. I think that took place in Kentucky, in the hollers of Kentucky. The rednecks in the Kentucky. I don't know what happens. A lot of bestiality, and who knows what kind of stuff is going on there. I stay in the horse barn. All of a sudden, middle of the night, I'm getting a prostate exam. Unbelievable, but true. Guys, don't try this stuff at home. This is unbelievable, but true. All right. Let me know what you punters think. Make sure you join our next oh shit, this former car deal. That's when you're gonna get fucked. I mean, this guy's unbelievable. Oh my God. This is the guy. Oh shit, this is the guy. You must be the guy that was what is it? You were sending me all the nasty messages. What was the nasty messages about what was the stuff? What the hell was this guy saying about insulting my watches, my champagne dials, telling me my suits were not bespoke? I know this guy. It's unbelievable. But anyway, yes. Chip, I gotta tell you, if I go to the barn, I don't know. I don't know if I'd spend the overnight, listen, all I know is this. Be careful when, somebody from the deep South invites you to spend the night at their house. You never know what's going to what's going to happen in the middle of the night. 3 a.m. all of a sudden, you're getting a prostate exam. Louisville mayors. So here's another deep South joke. You'll appreciate this. What do they say in? Now this is not Kentucky. This is Louisiana. This may be a Louisiana thing. What do they say? They say, look, in Louisiana, you could be governor, right? Anybody can be governor, right? As long as anybody can become governor, as long as they don't catch you in bed with a live boy or a dead girl, right? That's it. All right, gentlemen, I'll leave you on that note. If anybody, by the way, Chip, have you ever seen that show Justified? It was on cable. I saw it on the internet because I haven't had a TV in like 20 years. I watched this on cable, and what do you call it? This show is an unbelievable show. One of the best shows I've ever seen on TV. It was about a U.S. Marshal. I remember the show. This is like, if anybody thought that Sopranos was a good show, this show was unbelievable. It was about like hillbillies in Kentucky. I think it was in Kentucky. Yeah, in Kentucky, like selling meth or what do you call it? Or also crazy stuff. Unbelievable show. Chip, you gotta see the show. It's all about your neighborhood. It's unbelievable. U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens. U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens. Chip, you need to Google this show, Justified. Okay, listen, this is the only show I have seen probably. I don't know. I saw every episode. I saw it on the internet. On the, what is it called? This is pirated shows. I mean, because I'm not paying for it, and it's nothing really I want to see. But this show, I was hooked. I had to see every show. I like literally was glued. This is what they call, I guess, binge watching. That's the only time I ever did this. I must have seen like how many? I think it was on for 5 seasons. These were unbelievable actors. Justified. I love this way this guy Chip is telling me. Chip is trying to tell us that he lives with the high class people. He's not living with the hillbillies in the hollers of Kentucky. Now, how do I know the hollers? I know all about the hollers because I saw the show Justified. All right, Robert, thank you for showing up late. You're 32 minutes late. You are late, and I am checking out. You're gonna have to watch this on the replay. See you all tomorrow night, gentlemen. Make sure to tune in for the community. Artie Lang. I am wearing my Patek Phillipe travel time, and I think I had a video. One of my videos. I don't know if it was today or it was. I think it was today. I did a video on the channel, and it has the travel time, which is an unbelievable watch. I think it was a 5367. I believe is the reference. In the yellow gold, right? I have a green strap. I put a green shark skin strap on it. And I got to tell you something. I'm not on the payroll of Patek Philippe. These guys are not paying me a penny. They're not paying me a penny for this watch. But I think this is one of the best modern Patek watches. It's a sleeper. Because Chip, Google this watch. Patek Travel Time 5367, I believe is the reference. You got a very modern look. It's got lugs. Not lugs. It's got crown guards. It's kind of like a Calatrava. It's like a big size, like a 38 millimeter or something. It's modern, clean looking. The dial's got it's got a clean look. It's got a 3 and a 9. It looks almost like a what do you call it? Like a Rolex Explorer. Big 3, big 9. Yeah. Artie, I asked you the question. You never answered the question. On YouTube, I asked you, how many Rolexes in your career have you traded for an 8 ball of cocaine at 3 in the morning? No, I'm kidding. I know you're not the real Artie Lang. Oh yeah, shit. Sorry, 5134. That's the watch. 5134. That's the one. 51. Hey, I can't keep track of these stupid references. Artie, you need to join the channel. I'm hiring. I need to hire somebody to do these videos because look, I'm a very busy man. I can't be doing this. I'm not getting paid for this. This is like I'm like I got to be like Chip Gold, who's busy making money. He's got his horse barn. He's who knows what kind of unnatural acts are being performed in that horse barn. But yeah, I got to make some money here. I have a whole big plan for this channel. I need some people who know about watches and can do some of these videos so I don't have to do this every day. Look, I'm a busy man. I can't do this shit. So no, seriously, guys, I'm actually looking for some serious people, real scholars, horological scholars, not whoring scholars, horological scholars. What the hell does Crestwood? I don't even know what that means. I'm not, I don't know anything about Kentucky. But actually, when I was in Miami, Chip, you'd appreciate this. I was living, I had a condo in Aventura. It was Williams Island, if you know where that is. And my realtor, she was from Kentucky. She was like a MILF. I mean, she was hot. And I hired her because all these other people are all fucking lazy. She was, hustling. She was hustling. She was out there hustling. She's like a MILF, like a divorced MILF. I think she probably, took some guy from Kentucky. Man, Chip, maybe it could be your ex-wife. Is your ex-wife a realtor in Aventura? She did a great job. She was very good, very aggressive. And yeah, very, listen, turns out this MILF, she had like a son. Like I was shocked. She had like a son, like it was like 30 or something, 25. I don't know when she had this kid, but yeah, she was a good looking guy, good looking MILF. And she did a very good job selling the place. Quick. It was a hot market, that helps, but All right, Artie, DM me, brutalwatchreviews@gmail.com. I know you're looking for work, since Howard, kicked you off the show. We're hiring here. So email brutalwatchreviews@gmail.com. Chip, he wants to sell me at 3,800. Also, look, Chip, I mean, you sold a big car dealership, Mr. Big Talker. Mr. Big Talker, sold his car dealerships. All those guys are here making big money. He's probably like the Grant Cardone. This guy's like the Grant Cardone of Kentucky. Why don't you get on the private jet, right? The PJ, as the kids call it, the PJ, and fly. You should. Why aren't you in Vegas for the Super Bowl? All your buddies, all your, all your peers, your colleagues, the other dealers, the multi-store dealers, as they call them. I think that's the right word. They're all going to be in town. They're all flying on the PJs into Vegas. You get on that PJ, hop a ride with one of your buddies. The hook. Look, you got to bring your own hookers because the hooker prices in Vegas are probably going for crazy money. So you want to bring your own, and I would import them from Kentucky. Again, I don't know about these things, but if I were you, I would import the female companionship from Kentucky. You're going to probably get a much better deal and much better quality than the local talent here, which is going to be they're probably going to be having crazy prices. I mean, can you imagine what's going to be happening here? Vegas Super Bowl. I mean, this is like the Super Bowl in Vegas is like, I mean, that's like an Artie Lang dream, right? Can you imagine the kind of debauchery that would be happening here? Don Haynes. I couldn't stand that guy. What does he do? I remember seeing him on Arch. I couldn't stand that guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I just couldn't stand that guy. He's just too he's like too much. He's just too retarded for me. But yeah, I mean, by the way, Chip, I understand. There we go. This guy, Artie Lang, is probably betting his house. He's probably betting, his mom's house on the coin toss, while he's doing, lines of coke and crack and, Don Haynes played football? Is this serious? That guy played football? We're talking about the same guy. The guy who's like bald. The guy was on the Archie program, in New Jersey or something, and his parents. I think he was in his parents' basement or something. I'm shocked. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. No, is this a joke? I don't know. This is a joke. No. Did Jerry Sandusky molest Don Haynes? Is that where you go with this? You know what? No, there's no way that the guy played football. I don't believe that. Oh, quick question for Chip. I remember, I had a DuPont lighter, the DuPont, the bing, bing, bing. And I remember I was talking to some guy. And by the way, I remember you can get those like at a discount. Like, they were selling, 30% off. At the cigar store was 30% off on the DuPonts. And some guy, I was in a place and he had like a huge selection and like he was telling me, and I said, well, who's buying all these? He was telling me like these things are in demand, they're flying. I said, who's buying all these DuPont lighters from you? Because he told me some stories. He said, oh, you know who really buys them? Car dealers. Car dealers love buying DuPont lighters. I don't know. Is this true? This is like 20 years ago. Unbelievable. Touched them in a bad place. Unbelievable, but true. All right, gentlemen, that's it. We got Artie Lang. We're taking. No, I don't want YouTube to demonetize me when I still haven't been monetized. And with Artie Lang, the way this direction is going, we might be demonetized and deplatformed, evicted from from all the metaphorically speaking, yes, touched him spiritually. He was touched spiritually. Yes, unbelievable, but true. All right, gentlemen, we'll see you all tomorrow. By the way, and yes, I am very serious about. I do need a very talented watch, expert to do these things because I'm a busy man. I don't have time for this shit. So DM me, email brutalwatchreviews@gmail.com. I will see you all tomorrow for the Watch Community Achievement Awards. It's going to be a live stream. It's very serious. Make sure to join everybody. Artie Lang, you were definitely invited. Actually, you could be a co-presenter. Do you want to be a co-presenter? You're invited. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.